Remember the song You've Lost That Loving Feeling by the Righteous Brothers? This 1960s hit is probably one of the most streamed and played songs ever. The theme of the song may explain its massive popularity. A haunting, desperate tale of fading love, doubt, and heartbreak. This and the fact that millions went through the same experience. How can you detect this developing in your own marriage or relationship? Watch our new video, Signs Your Partner Lost Feelings for You. It helps identify signs that the same is going on in your relationship, and hopefully assist you in turning things around before it's too late. Let's examine the many blinking signals. Number 1. Absence of affection. A decrease in physical affection can be a significant indicator of waning love. If your partner used to engage in loving gestures like holding hands, hugging each other, or affectionate touches, but now seems hesitant, it could suggest a change in their feelings towards you. There may be a reluctance to show love in public, a lack of spontaneous cuddles, or even a discomfort with simple touches like brushing shoulders. Signal number 2, emotional detachment. A growing emotional distance can be another alarming sign that something is wrong. If your partner seems less invested in your emotional well-being, avoids sharing their thoughts and feelings, or appears indifferent to your concerns, it could indicate a rift in your emotional bond. You may start to notice less interest in your day-to-day experiences, a reluctance to discuss emotions, or a general sense of detachment during conversations. Number 3, disinterest in conversations. A decline in quality and frequency of conversations can also point towards a problem. If your partner used to engage in meaningful discussions, share their dreams and aspirations, and listen attentively to your thoughts, but now seems uninterested in deep conversations, or avoids sharing personal information, it could indicate a shift in emotional intimacy. One way this may show up is a reluctance to engage in serious talks, a tendency to change the subject, or a general lack of interest in your personal life. Number 4, lack of effort and thoughtfulness. If your partner used to put in extra effort to make you feel special, plan romantic dates, surprise you with thoughtful gestures, or go out of their way to show they care, but now seems less attentive and spontaneous, it could suggest a waning interest in maintaining the relationship. You may notice a decline in the frequency of date nights, a lack of surprise gifts or gestures, or a general sense of complacency in the relationship. Now let's look at signal number 5, increased criticism and negativity. A sudden increase in criticism or negativity towards you can be a red flag. If your partner starts to frequently point out your flaws, nitpick your actions, or make sarcastic remarks, it could signal frustration, dissatisfaction, or a growing disconnect. Suddenly, he or she starts criticizing your appearance, your choices, or your personality, as well as showing a general lack of appreciation for your efforts. Number 6, withdrawal from shared activities. If you used to enjoy doing activities together like watching movies, going for walks, or pursuing shared hobbies, but now your partner seems uninterested or makes excuses to avoid these activities, it could point to a decline in shared interests and a desire for different experiences. He may become less interested in activities you once enjoyed together. Instead, he could prefer to spend more time with others or simply be alone. Number 7, lack of support and encouragement. A supportive partner is a cheerleader for your dreams, goals, and aspirations. If your partner used to be your biggest supporter, but now seems less enthusiastic about your achievements, or even subtly discourages you from pursuing your dreams, it could suggest a lack of emotional investment in your life. This could be clear in a lack of interest in your career goals, a reluctance to celebrate your successes, or even subtle attempts to sabotage your ambitions. Next is sign number 8, frequent disagreements and conflicts. Healthy disagreements are part of any relationship. However, frequent and unresolved conflicts can indicate underlying tensions and a growing incompatibility. If you find yourself arguing more frequently, getting easily triggered by minor disagreements, or struggling to resolve issues constructively, it could signal a deeper problem. This could manifest as frequent disagreements about trivial matters, a tendency to escalate arguments, or a general lack of respect during conflicts. Number 9, changes in appearance and habits. Sudden changes in how you look or how you live your life can sometimes be a sign of inner turmoil or a desire for a different way of life. If your partner starts to neglect her appearance, changes her eating habits drastically, or starts spending more time away from home without explanation, it could be a sign that she is feeling unfulfilled and is seeking something outside of the relationship. The change may appear as a sudden disinterest in personal grooming, a drastic change in wardrobe, or an increased interest in the latest diets. Number 10. Seeking validation and attention outside of the relationship. If your partner starts spending more time with friends or family, engaging in flirty behavior, or seeking attention from others, it could suggest a need for validation, an affection that they're not getting from you. He or she may engage in more socializing outside of the relationship, flirtatious conversations with others, or a general sense of withdrawal from the partnership. Okay, let's move on to signal number 11. Lack of affectionate words and gestures. If your partner used to show their love and respect by saying nice things, giving you praise, or affectionate gestures, but now they seem less enthusiastic or avoid talking about how they feel, it could mean that their emotional connection has changed. You could be noticing a lack of verbal expressions of love, a reluctance to give compliments, or a general absence of sweet, loving moves. Then signal number 12, changes in priorities and goals. If your partner's priorities and goals seem to be shifting away from the relationship, it could be a sign that they're no longer invested in the same future that you are. If they start talking about their dreams and aspirations without including you, or prioritizing their own interests over the relationship, it could indicate a growing disconnect. This could show up as not having any common goals or plans for the future, focusing on their own goals or not wanting to talk about plans with each other. Number 13, evasive or defensive behavior. If your partner becomes evasive, defensive, or dismissive when you try to discuss your concerns or feelings, it could be a sign that they're not willing to address the issues in the relationship. Their avoidance or refusal to engage in open communication can further strain the connection. Your partner might start to brush aside your concerns, attempt to change the subject, or try to avoid open and honest conversations. Next on the list is signal number 14, avoidance of commitment and future plans. If your partner used to be open about their commitment to the relationship and discuss future plans, like starting a family, but now seems hesitant or avoids these conversations, it could suggest a waning desire for a long-term future with you. This may become visible as a reluctance to discuss marriage or long-term plans, a change in their stance on commitment, or a general sense of uncertainty about the relationship. Sign number 15, emotional apathy and indifference. If your partner seems emotionally detached and indifferent to your feelings, it could be a sign that they're no longer emotionally invested in the relationship. You may become aware of this when there is a lack of empathy towards your emotions, a tendency to dismiss your concerns, or a general lack of emotional responsiveness. Signal number 16, waning of emotional intimacy. A decline in emotional intimacy can be another significant indicator of changing feelings. If your partner used to be open to sharing their deepest emotions and experiences, but now seems guarded or reluctant to be vulnerable, it could suggest a growing disconnect emotionally. Your partner may get more and more reluctant to open up about his or her feelings. You may also start to see a preference for superficial conversations, or a general sense of emotional detachment. And finally, number 17, openly discussing ending the relationship. If your partner directly expresses their desire to end the relationship or begins conversations about breaking up, it's a clear sign that they've lost feelings and are no longer committed to the partnership. All this could result in declarations of wanting to end the relationship, and even discussions about separation or divorce. It is important to remember that these signs do not always mean that your partner no longer cares about you. These changes may only last for a short time because of outside pressures or personal problems. But if these habits happen over and over again, you should talk to your partner about them in an open and honest way to address any worries and figure out how healthy your relationship still is. We at Version 2.0 hope that this video opened your eyes to some disturbing signs that the future of your relationship is not good. Please help us to make more videos like this for people like you. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow us. Stay strong and stay well. And bye-bye for now.